Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Georgia. I hope you're well. Welcome to another episode of Monthly Reset. I am so excited for this month because the end of March for me officially marks the beginning of spring, and it just makes me so happy. Those SAD girlies and gals have done it. We are here, we have made it. So I always feel like this reset is just going to be extra special to me because it just marks the start of happier times. So we have a lot to get done today. I want to do my reading journal as always. I want to do my series tracker. I've got a massive haul for you guys because even though I am on a book buying ban at the moment, I have received the most amount of gifts and I am so grateful. All of my book girlies over on Instagram and TikTok and things have been sending me books this month, and also Jane's took me to a very fun little bookshop and bought me some amazing books while we were there as well. And then I've also just got some pre-orders that I'd ordered as well. So it's going to be a very fun little book haul. I think I've got like 18 books this month, which is ridiculous to say I'm on a book buying ban and I haven't spent a penny other than my pre-orders. But I'm very chuffed about those. And then I want to do like a full shelf organisation again, because since unhauling my books a couple of months ago and then the amount of books I've received this month, I just need a bit of a rejig to get these looking nicely on my bookshelves. So we have a busy day ahead. Let's jump straight on. So I have actually got all of the books I bought in front of me. They're just out of shot for you guys, but I've got all my new books. So I think we'll go through my haul first. And then following that, I think we'll probably go ahead and I'll show you the clips of my reading journal. I did do that this morning, so I'll show you the clips of me doing that, and then we will do a full flip through together. We will probably then move on to getting all my books back on my shelves and getting this all organised. Let's just jump straight in with my little book haul, shall we? So when I say like I have a lot of books in front of me, I mean a lot of books. Like, I'm not joking, there's 18 books here. It's ridiculous. And I am so grateful for all my amazing friends who have been so kind and sent me books. A lot of the like notes that I've received with them I've already put in my like scrapbook thing, so I don't have them anymore, but I do remember who each book was from. So I just wanted to start by saying I'm so grateful. You guys are awesome. And a lot of the slips just sort of said, because I'm doing so well on my 75 books over on my other social media platforms, that they just wanted to send me a little book as a bit of motivation to keep going, and like 5 of my friends have done that. So I do have a lot of books this month. So let's just jump straight in. So first off, I have this gorgeous edition of Phantasma. It was actually sent to me on TikTok Shop, so I absolutely love this edition. It is stunning. The gold foiling is gorgeous. The stenciled edges again are gorgeous. The back, love it. And then we also have that same gold skull on the naked hardcover as well. If you've not read Phantasma, I highly recommend it. It's like a trials and competitions fantasy romance. It's like a darker fantasy romance. It's spicy. It's so much fun. I love the trials and competitions anyway. If you know me, you know that's my ideal fantasy. I love trials and competitions. So I really love this one, and I highly recommend getting your hands on this book. If you want in this one in particular, it is linked on my TikTok shop over on TikTok anyway, but I highly recommend it. I love this book. I'm next going to move on to my pre-orders. The first few I have actually already read because I did a video over on here of reading my new releases, so I'll link that below for you guys and in the little linky thing. But first up we have It Now Back to You by B.K. Borison. I loved this book so much. I highly recommend anything B.K. Borison. I haven't actually read her Love Lights series yet, but I'm already going to say I recommend it because I just love her writing. This one came out at the beginning of March and I devoured this. It is so much fun. We're following Jackson, who's a news presenter, like a weather presenter on the radio. I can't remember what their official title is. And then we have Delilah, who is on like the TV news, and they end up basically having to report on the same storm. So they're working together to create this, and it's a bit of like they don't really get on at the beginning, so we have that progression of their friendship and their relationship, and I love it. I highly recommend it. Get your hands on it. So I'd pre-ordered this, but then I really wanted the Sprayed Edges edition, and then Faye, bless her, one of my good friends Faye, actually got me the Works edition and brought it into work for me. So thank you, Faye, I love you so much. But I now have the matching edition, so I'm very happy with that, and I sent my other one back just because, you know, I want them to match. So that was that. And then we also have In Her Own League by Liz Tom Forday. This is another one that I have already read. This came out in March and I love this. If you have read the Windy City series, I recommend jumping straight into this one now. If you haven't already read the Windy City series, I highly recommend reading it. It's a 5-star series for me, and then immediately jumping into this one as well, because this was a 6-star read. I love this series so much. I love these characters so much. Liz Tom Forday writes the best banter and romance, and I just devoured this. I love it so much. So another one that I highly recommend. Please go and get your hands on this. And then another one that came out in March, we have a lot of new releases, is Blood and Roses by Callie Hart. This is the first book I've ever read by this author, and again another one that I really enjoyed. I highly recommend getting your hands on this. It is like a mafia, criminal, underworld sort of romance, and it is so good. Highly recommend. Check your trigger warnings though. Bit of a darker one, but so much fun. Anything mafia is just always a bit darker, isn't it? But this is so good. I love this so much, so I highly recommend getting your hands on that one. And now on to the books that I haven't read, but another pre-order. We have The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. This one is boyfriend's best friend, I think. So I think there's going to be a lot of drama in this one. I love Abby Jimenez's writing, so I'm so excited to jump into this one. I do think I'll read this within the next couple of weeks. It's one that I have definitely been waiting for, but I cannot wait to get into this. I really enjoyed book 1 in this sort of series, which is Say You'll Remember Me, and that was sort of like an Alzheimer's vet, and I can't remember what she did. But another really amazing read, and I can't wait to jump into the next one in this series. The next lot of books are actually all gifts, but one is a brand new release, and that is Darling Daffodil Farms by Brittany Nicole. This one was very kindly gifted to me by my lovely friend Hannah. She actually got me the Works Sprayed Edges edition, which I just think is so cute. The flowers on the sides are adorable. This one sounds like such a fun spring read, so again one that I think I'll jump into really soon, because I mean it's stunning for one, but it's definitely like a springtime read from what I can sort of figure out. So we've got a pastry chef and then a farmer, but it just sounds so good. Grumpy Sunshine, I mean it's a daffodil farm, is that not just the most spring read you've ever heard? So I'm really looking forward to jumping into this ASAP. I want to get this read ideally on a sunny day, which it isn't today, so, but I want to get this read really soon. It sounds so much fun. The next couple of books are from my lovely friend Chloe. She again sent me these books over as a bit of a well done so far in your 75 books. But we first have Alive and Well by Bailey Hannah. These have been on my Amazon wishlist for like a very long time because it just sounds like such an interesting concept. They're country romances, but it sounds as though they're like slightly darker is the sort of feeling I get from them anyway. But I'm really looking forward to getting into this series. They look like a lot of fun, and I think there's about 4 or 5 in this series now. I don't know how many of them are out. I want to say there's like 4 out, 3 or 4 out. I'm not entirely sure, but it's just a series that's been on my radar for a while, and I'm very much looking forward to getting into this one soon. And then my lovely friend Chloe also got me Indigo Ridge by Devney Perry. I've heard so many things about the Eden series. I can finally read it. This one just sounds so much fun. So they are romances, but one of our main characters is like a detective, or she's part of the police, and I just found that so interesting. So I feel like we're going to get that little bit of like a detective-y world while still having a very fun romance. Like if anybody knows me, my reading journey started with like the Women's Murder Club books by James Patterson, so I feel like I'm going to be getting a slight hint of that, but as well as all the spice and the romance and the fun. So I don't actually know much about the goings on in these books, but all I've heard from people that I know have read them is that they are really good. So I'm very much looking forward to giving this series a go. I think that it's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait to give this one a go. So thank you so much, Chloe, for those ones. And then I've also got from my lovely friend Jess some Jessica Peterson books. So we have Wyatt and Sawyer. I already have Cash. I've had Cash for ages. And then I was talking to Jess about this series, and she was like, have you actually started it yet? And I was like, no, not yet. And then she's like, you really need to start it, and then you need to just read them back to back. So she sent me the next couple of books in this series. So thank you again, Jess. Thank you so much for these books. So this is book 2 and 3 in the Lucky River Ranch by Jessica Peterson. And again, I've heard really lovely things about this series, so I'm definitely looking forward to giving these a go. I think the 4th one came out not too long ago as well, so another series that I'm very much looking forward to. If you know me, you know I love my country romance, so I'm very much looking forward to giving these ones a go. Thank you, Jess. And then finally, I never actually got the Amazon slip with this one, and I cannot find the person who sent me this book. I did put a post out on my Instagram and on my TikTok just saying, whoever sent me this, please can you let me know, because I don't know who it was from. But I have Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This is another one on my Amazon wishlist because I've got book 1 and book 3, and I now have book 2 as well. This is book 2 in the Maple Hill series, which is a sports romance series, and I am so excited to give these a go. Again, I've heard amazing things. I've read one book by Hannah Grace. I read the Christmas one. I've read Holiday Ever After by this author, and I really enjoyed the writing style for that one, so I'm looking forward to reading some sport romance by her. If it was somebody from my YouTube that sent me this book, thank you so much. Thank you. I don't know who it was from. It came through on Amazon, but I've got no slip for it. I haven't actually read the back of this one because it's book 2, and I know they're sort of interconnected, but it just feels risky, so I haven't read the back of this one yet. But I am very much looking forward to jumping into the Maple Hill series at some point, so thank you so much to whoever this came from. I am very, very grateful. So the next lot of books are actually books that James has bought me. He's planned sort of like a secret date and said that he was going to take me to this place and he knows I'm on a book buying ban, but he will treat me to these books as sort of like an early birthday treat, because my birthday's not till May. But so he's bought me some books from there, bless him, because he is the best. These next sort of books are from a bookshop over in Coventry called The Spicy Librarian. Now, I had never ever heard of it, and he'd seen it on TikTok and was like, right, we're going ASAP, because I don't want to see it before I take her. With your books, you get these lovely little bookmarks, but you also get a condom with your purchase, which I thought was hilarious. So you get a little Spicy Librarian condom, which is brilliant. I've been looking for this series for a very long time, and I feel like I've not been able to get hold of them in the UK in the editions that I want. So I have books 1 and 2 in the Court of Ravens trilogy by Liv Sanders. Now this, I've heard the most amazing things about. They've been on Kindle Unlimited for a while, but they've not been anywhere physically, and I've not been able to get them online. So we have Feathers So Vicious and Shadows So Cruel, and we also got the Stenciled Edges copies. They are gorgeous. I've heard the most amazing things about these. Faye has read these and really raves about them, and I just feel like it's something that'll be up my street. They are dark fantasy romance books, so do check your trigger warnings before you read these. So I first got those, and then this was all I was going to get until I turned the corner and saw a series that I've been looking for the longest time. I have all of the Zodiac Academy covers. I absolutely love the Zodiac Academy. I've read books 1 to 3, and then I've been Kindle reading the Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac, and the reason I've been Kindle reading them is because I haven't been able to get them in the UK. And I turned the corner and they had all 5 of them. So I literally just turned around to James. I was like, oh no. And he was like, it's fine. And I was like, no it's not. And he was like, it's fine. So I now have all 5 books in the Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac in the matching covers, and I love them. I love them so much. So I have already read books 1, and I've nearly finished book 2, and then as you can see they just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and they are huge. Like this last one is nearly 1,000 pages, and if you look at it on Audible it's like 30 hours. So they are very big books, but I love these books so much, and I am so grateful to James for buying me these. It is going to be my birthday present, and I'm just having it early, and he will be getting me nothing else. He's been warned that he is not to purchase a single other thing. So we have all the character art on them. So this is Elise, the main female character in this series. I'm assuming this is meant to be Dante just because of the lightning. This is Leon. This is Gabriel with the wings, you know, this is Gabriel. We finally have Ryder as well. So I am so excited to get further into this series. I do feel like I've only got a series on Kindle that I am definitely less likely to read it because I'm trying so hard to focus on my physical TBR. But now they're part of my physical TBR, so I'm much more likely to just like crack on with them. Like I said, I'm part way through book 2 at the moment, and I'm really enjoying this series as a whole. So I'm very much looking forward to getting further into this series as well, so that I can jump back to Zodiac Academy. But this is the first time I've ever seen physical copies of this series, and I was not going to miss on that opportunity. So yeah, that is my little book haul. It is far more than I was supposed to be getting, especially since I'm on a book buying ban, and I honestly never expected all of you lovely girls to be ever so kind to send me all these books. So I am honestly so grateful. You guys are amazing, as are you, James. I love you. And I have to find home for all of these books, so we should probably do that. Should we do my bookshelf next, and then we'll come back and do my series trackers and my bullet journal after? I feel like that might be the best way of doing this. I think we should just crack on with organising the bookshelves, because there's definitely going to be a lot of moving around to be done because I want all my zodiacs together and things. So I think next up we'll do that. Let's reorganise my bookshelves. I think that's the logical thing to do next. I've got a lot of rejigging I want to do, so let me talk you guys through it. Let's just jump straight in. So job number 1, I'm going to put all the books that I read last month and all the books that were on my TBR that I didn't read last month back where they're supposed to be, and then get any books that need to be moved onto my cart moved over so that I know what I'm working with. So let's do that first. Okay, that's job number 1 done, and now I'm going to go and start rejigging things. The issue I'm having is this is all my Zodiac Academy books here. I kind of want my Ruthless Boys to go here so that they're all in one line, which means these need to move. Since my big unhaul, this shelf here is actually pretty empty. It's just got like maybe 8 books there. The rest of the shelf is completely empty. So my thought process is, I think I might move all these books here, these Disney ones, onto that shelf there and then move them up, and then I'll have more use of this shelf up here. Does that make sense? So I think I'm going to do that first. I'm going to get all my Disney ones moved, and then I'll see what sort of space I'm working with. I now have like a full empty shelf. I think I might move my pirate ones over just because I do want to make more room for sort of pirate reads, because I do want some more of those, and then we'll maybe just do like vampire in that corner and see what happens. Let's start with that. That one is down there on my cart still, so I need to leave room for that to go back, which means I need a new home for Fairydale and Duskbound, Riftborn, all of those. So for now, I think they might just go there, and I know they're not vampire ones, but quite honestly I just don't know where else they live. So for now, they're going to go up there. So all the hardbacks up there, Phantasma's here, and then I can put all of my Zodiacs there then. Like, I know that he's not a purple dragon, but I'm just going to put my purple dragon on there just because one of them is a dragon, so I feel like that works. I really don't know where to put these two because they are taller paperbacks, and I don't really have like a dark romantasy section, which I feel like I should probably start now that I've collected quite a few of them. For now, I'm just going to put them on here and have this as a bit of like a spicy librarian section, and maybe I'll just put the bookmark and the Johnny on there as well. I am having a bit of a flare up, which is why I don't have a lot of makeup on today. I've just got my eyes done, so we're just going to ignore that. So I'm going to move on to my romance. I do still have quite a stack of romancy ones, but I pretty much know where all of these are immediately going to live, so let's just go and put them away. The Night We Met does need to go straight on my cart because it's the next one in the series, isn't it? So Indigo Ridge is the only one that I don't really know where to put it. I could just put it with like my small towns, but then I'm not entirely sure that's right, but I think that's what I'm going to do for now, which is basically like, it's getting quite dark, isn't it? I'm just going to put it on top of my Mia Sheridan until I find a better home for it, and then I'm going to put my cowboy boot back in front of my Emma Lucy book. I think now would be a good time to go through my bullet journal, because like I say, I have already done that, so I'll give you the clips from that and then we will sit down and do a bit of a flip through. And then I also just want to update my series tracker on my laptop as well, just to make sure that's all up to date. I feel like we're doing okay. Let's go do that. So it's now time for our little flip through of my journal then. So obviously you've just seen, fast forward, all the edits that I've made, but let's just talk through it quickly. So I have first coloured in my 7 books I've read for the month of March. So we used blue for this month's theme, so I've just done them in that same colour. We've then moved on to my A to Z challenge, so I've managed to add And Now Back to You, In Her Own League and Heated Rivalry. I don't love this being by the same author side by side, so we've got Game Changers and Heated Rivalry, so I do think if I read a G or H I will probably change that, but we'll see. But we're making good way on that. We've also managed to tick off a few on my 26 and 2026. So we've ticked off In Her Own League, Blood and Roses, And Now Back to You and God of Malice this month. I've not added anything new to here. I don't think there's been any announcements as of yet, so we'll leave that for now. For my best book of 2026 then, my favourite book for March has been In Her Own League by Liz Tomfordy. So I've added that one into the little March box, but I don't get to extend that any further yet, so we'll just leave that as is for now. I worked out all my statistics for March, so 7 books read, which was 3,105 pages in total, 5 of them physical, 2 were audio. My average rating this month has been 4.25, so you know, pretty good reading month. Not our best one yet though, January was still our best. I've had 2 5-stars as well. I have bought here, but I think I'm just gonna change this at some point, maybe to just like, I don't know, I'm just gonna leave it as bought for now. But I haven't bought a single book this month, but I have got 18 books, so I've popped that in there. I've not unhauled any, so that takes my total that I own up to 471, and I have read 153 of them. in total, so I'm still on 32%, so my percentage hasn't actually changed at all, even though I've got all those new books, so I'm very chuffed with that. That does just get rounded to the nearest full number. I've then got my fantasy tracker, so I've ticked off the ones that are applicable. I've updated this one, and I just wanted to highlight that one, but I just wanted to give the ink time to dry so that it doesn't smudge. Yep, still smudged anyway. So I've just coloured that one in because that one's now complete and nothing to update on there as of right now. I've written down all of my March reads on that page. So now we'll jump to our March pages. I never actually ended up doing like a quote or anything for this month, and I'm just going to leave it until I decide to change it. So I've set it up the exact same as before. So my March TBR on one side, I've ticked off the ones that I've read. So that was 3 out of 6 off my TBR. I've converted all my stats over and filled in my books from previous years. So in March of 2024 I read 6, March of 2025 I read 5, and March of 2026 I've read 7 books, just because I find it interesting to see if there's any trends on like higher reads and lower reads. And then I've got my page for what I actually read. I've then filled out all of my mini reviews and things like that. So we also have my April reads set up and ready. So I've just done this little flowery theme, since you know we're going into spring and all the flowers will be blooming. And then the same again, I've just done my TBR and I've got all my stat boxes ready as well. So that is my journal all set up and sorted. I'm very happy with how the April pages turned out. I really like that little theme that I've got going on, so I'm looking forward to filling those out next month. But that is my little journal complete. So I'm now going to move on to my online series tracker. I really like having this laid out. I didn't come up with this, I say this every time. This was created by Maisie May, this series tracker that I use, but James has made some edits to it for me, so I didn't create this. Okay, so as you can see here, I have 113 series in total. 22 of those are still to be finished. I'm in the middle of those, and I'm on 27% of my TBR either complete or up to date. So starting with Gold Rush Ranch then. So this is now complete. I finished this series this month. So 4 out of 4 done. Now down to 0, makes me very happy. Sky Shade, so that is the Lightlog series by Alex Astor. I'm now going to change this to including the novella. Or it's going to get confusing. So I'm going to do 5 including the novella because there's 4 books out and a novella. So 5 including, and I've now read 3 of them. I feel like this is just going to be the best way of doing this, to be honest. Next up, I read Heated Rivalry, so that is the Game Changers, and I've now read 2 books in that series. I then started the Legacy of God series by Rena Kent, so this is now in progress, and I have read the first book. I then have A Now Back to You by B.K. Borison, which is the Heartstrings series. So I am now up to date with this because there's 2 books out, and I have read the 2 books. This one is now in progress because book 2 is out. So Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. There's now The Night We Met. I now have some new series that I want to add on. So I first just want to check that the Lucky River Ranch is already on here. Yep, lovely. The Wells Ranch series by Bailey Hannah. There's 5 in this series, so it's romance, it's ongoing. I've not started it yet. There are 4 books out and I haven't read any of them. The Edens by Devney Perry. And I'm going to put these down as romance. I'm pretty sure it's a complete series. I've not started it. There is 6. I only own 1 of them, but I haven't read any of them. So that's those 2 added on. Am I missing anything? So Darling Daffodil Farm is going to be a series. So we'll add this one on. It's a romance, it's ongoing, and it looks like we're getting book 2 of this in August of this year, which is very nice. So I'm just going to put 1 for now. Because it's not, the second one's not out yet. So that's that one up to date. Am I missing anything? Court of Ravens by Liv Sanders. It's fantasy. I'm pretty sure it's complete. It's just the duology, isn't it? I've not started it. There's 2 books and I haven't read any of them. That is everything that needs to be added on. So 117 series in total. I've got 22 I am in the middle of, and that is still only 27% of my series completed. So I'm still under 25, which is my main goal. So I'll take that as a win. So yeah, I am very happy with that. that is my little reset all done. I'm happy with my shelves. I feel like they've come, now that I've sat with them for a little bit, I feel like they're looking a lot better than I expected. So I'm happy about that. We've got all my books back where they should be. We've got my TBR out and ready, and we have got all my trackers up to date. So I am very, very happy. I am determined for there to be very little new books in April. I still haven't received my fairy loot for March. I don't know if there's been like a bit of delay in shipping or what, but like it's really close to the end of the month and I've still not got it. I've usually got it by now. So I'm not entirely sure what's happening with that, but I will include that in a video at some point just so that you guys have seen it, or I'll put it on like a shorts as well. So that is everything for this video then. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. I feel like you guys do tend to like these ones. So let me know if there's anything in particular that you guys want to see in these videos, anything that I'm missing that would be handy to sort of include. I update my Goodreads want to be read as I go, so if you want to keep up to date with like any new books that go on my shelves, I update that as soon as I get them, so they are all on my list already. That is everything for today. I really hope you guys are well. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And as always, my social media, my Amazon, my Goodreads and my business email are all in the description bar below, as well as Maisie May's channel, which is where I get the series tracker from. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. I really hope you guys are well, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.